This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and my 2 cents. What I wanted to look at today is a question I've seen popping up in a lot of places and lots of people have addressed, but in a way that doesn't make any sense to me. Namely, how does Marvel integrate the X-Men into the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe? And it's a weird question because the answer is fairly obvious. And that answer is, just do it. It's literally that simple. Just do it. Now, there may be, I think when people ask that question though, what they're looking for is a how it's integrated, more so than just the act itself. There are lots of ways you can do it. If you look at the Infinity War movies, Thanos is gathering the Infinity Stones. There's a Time Stone, a Reality Stone, a Mind Stone, a Power Stone, and one other I don't recall off the top of my head. Maybe 3 others. I think there are 5. In any case, I can't recall them all. But the point being is that there are ways to introduce those characters that fit into the overall makeup of the MCU. If that's what a person is thinking. There are lots of ways you can work around that. Some I'm pretty sure I haven't thought of. It can be done relatively easily. But back to my answer to that question, which is simply just do it. You have to think for a second that there are 3 groups who are really interested in the answer to this question in some way, shape, or form. Those 3 groups are people who like the Fox properties, those people who like the MCU, and people who, frankly, it doesn't matter. And I think a lot of people are in that latter camp. They don't really care. So for those people, you put the X-Men into the MCU, they're going to shrug and just go with it. Why? Because they don't follow studios. They don't necessarily know who's creating what. They can tell DC from Marvel, but that's just about it. They see the X-Men, they think Marvel Studios. Though the X-Men is not created by Marvel Studios, it's actually created by Fox. They think Marvel, and the Marvel logo, when the movies open, kind of furthers their misconception. So that's, for those people, it's perfectly okay. They're literally not going to care. You have another group, which is those people who are big followers of the MCU, such as me, and really like what the MCU has been doing up to this point. To see the X-Men integrated into that is awesome. I think it's great. I don't really care how they go about doing it, just that they do it. That's all that matters. And I think it's actually that simple. Just do it. And you now have another group who are cognizant that Fox makes these movies and they like what they see. This group is probably not going to be particularly happy with the state of affairs. And they think for whatever reason that it's best that the X-Men should be outside the MCU. That is likely not going to happen. But those people will probably stick with the characters if only because they like them, even though they're not being done by Fox. And they're now part of something larger than themselves. So, I mean, and of those 3 groups, those groups that like what Fox is doing are probably the smallest group and most likely to go with those characters. So again, it's not a big deal. Just do it. Have a plausible reason for doing it, sure. Make it make sense within the overall MCU, but just do it. It's not, I know it's cliche to say it's not rocket science, but it's really not. Just integrate the characters. Most people will be happy with it. There will be some that will not. That's okay. You're not going to please everybody. The idea is to please as many people as you can, though. And I think integrating will do just that. This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and my 2 cents. Peace.